So, so let's talk about life, shall we? So, life for me. Uh, I first want to start out um, at the beginning. Um, so, for at the beginning, as far as I know it, well, for starters, I have to admit I'm a transgender male. I know I don't look like it because I was meant to be me, baby. Yeah, I was meant to be me. Exactly. A lot of people don't see that shit. Who gives a fuck? But anyway, um, I started with that. Uh, 5 years old. I was 5 years old. I was in kindergarten. Had my first crush. As this girl, she was pretty as hell, pretty damn motherfucker. So I ain't know I ain't know that what I was feeling wasn't right or whatever. Like I ain't think nothing of it. It really didn't start being a problem until like shoot, I want to say second grade, third grade. That's really when it became a problem. Cause then I had girls constantly complaining like, oh well, she's been at the time she's been following me or she's been sending me love notes or like it'd be some shit like that like. And I was like, well, I'd be used to it if it was a boy, but because it's a girl, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But, still, like, I guess I caused my mother a lot of havoc, brought a lot of havoc into our life, just by being who I was. And, I didn't even realize that being who I was a problem until I got a little bit older. I think like kind of like middle school, kind of towards high school. That's when I heard like, oh, you like that. And I was like, what the fuck is like that? And then that's when I heard like words like lesbian or homosexual, gay. Like that's when I heard of those terms, and I just like, okay, well, now I'm a lesbian, then, and then that's I thought things got a little better for me socially when I just, came out and said like, well, fucking, I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? And in middle school, high school, I mean, I lost who the fuck wasn't meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that was meant to rock with me still was rocking with me. Ain't shit changed. You know what I'm saying? But that was on the social side. On the personal side, back at home, oh man, I hated my life. I hated my life, y'all. Like, I think my first suicide attempt was at 9. I just like, cause I have seizures or whatever. So like I have some medication, and I just kept taking it. I was taking it all day. I was all day. Like I think I woke up taking 6 pills. For lunch, I took another 6. About dinner time, I took another 8. And by breakfast the next day, I was out of there. I was out of there. I was ready to die. Like I really was ready to die at 9 years old. And I tell you why I was feeling like that because um I just man it's hard trying to be who you are, and then like you got the world bashing you socially, but then you come home and you got your mother bashing you. So it's like you're not getting love from nowhere. The world's not giving it to you. Your mother's not giving it to you. Where's the fucking love? It hurts. It hurt. It hurt then. So you imagine how I'm feeling now. But it hurt then. Just as a child, not even knowing like why motherfuckers coming at me so sideways just for being who I am. Like man, when I say like verbal abuse, I'm talking about extreme verbal abuse. Like yo gay ass, yo dyke ass, yo woo 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 ass. You wanna hate somebody, hate yourself, and you woo woo woo. And like like even came like down to like what the fuck I wore. Like I would have aunties or uncles, even my grandmother, like they'll buy me clothes that I actually wanted to wear. Like, I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy. Like everybody in the fucking city, everybody in the fucking apartment complex knew I was a fucking tomboy. But yet my mother was still, you're not a tomboy. You're not a tomboy. You're not this. You're not that. You're not this. Like all my life, like it it was so obvious to everyone around us and even to myself, but yet still I would have her, you're not a tomboy, you're not this, you're not that, and You're going to go out and you're going to get you a boyfriend. Yes, you are. You're going to go out and get you a boyfriend. I'm just like, I don't want a boyfriend. Yes, you do. You're going to get yourself a boyfriend. Yes, you are. You're going to go out and get yourself a boyfriend. Like, what the fuck kind of mother? Like, dude, I didn't even want to go there, but like, that's kind of my life. Like, that was my first suicide attempt at 9. Then I tried again at 11. By this time, I was like 11. It's different for everybody. For me, I was in the 6th grade, and where I was, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade is considered middle school. So middle school, I tried to kill myself again. This time it was because my mom had come in my room, and she was just like, I'm tired of this boy shit. You gonna start dressing like a girl. You gonna start acting like a young lady. You gonna start doing this. You gonna start doing that. So she went in my closet and she threw away all my clothes. Like, she went through my closet and she threw away all my clothes. Like, everything. All the clothes that meant something to me. That the clothes that made me feel like, okay, I'm me. I'm happy. I'm proud to be me. She went in there and she threw all that shit away. Everything. Shoes, everything. She went in my closet and she threw away all my fucking clothes. And then she took me to go get my hair done. She always had my hair done in fucking updos and crinkles and wraps and shit. And I fucking hated that shit. I hated every fucking second of that shit. And she was sitting there like, you need to start caring about your appearance. Yeah, I'm paying too much motherfucking money to get your hair done. You need to start keeping your hair up, and you need to do this and you need to do that. It's just like, but why? Like, I hate that shit. Like, I'm constantly, your own fucking child is expressing to you how much they hate that shit. They not with that shit. That's not them. And you're not a tomboy. You're going to be this. You're going to do that. You're going to wear this. You're going to wear your hair like this. And you're going to get you a boyfriend. And you're going to be this. You're going to be this person. And I don't give a fuck how you feel, what you say, because you're my child. And you're going to do as the fuck as I say, as long as you're living under my roof. That was life for me. So I tried to kill myself again at 11, unsuccessful. I tried again. I think I tried every 2 years. It seems like, because I tried again at 13. At 13, I was in the 8th grade. I didn't mention all this before, but like about 13, I was by 13 I had been raped by a total of, fucking lost count. By 13, I don't know. I can't even. I lost count. More than 5. I have been raped more than 5 times by 5 different men, and sadly to say, mm, not a majority of them, but some of them were my mother's boyfriends or my mother's friends. And instead of her being upset with them, she was upset with me, like the child. Like, it was my fault that these grown ass men took interest and took advantage of me. That's my fault. That's my fault. So here I am, 13 years old. I already have it made up in my mind that it's my fault. It's my fault that I was raped. It's my fault that I'm gay. It's my fault that all this fucked up shit is happening to me. And all this fucked up shit is happening to me because I'm gay. And I should hate myself. So that's where I was at 13. That was my mind mentally. So I tried to kill myself again. I don't think I'm not sure if I started cutting yet. Some of the scars are really old. They don't even show up anymore. I think I was still like overdosing on shit. I was still overdosing on my medicine. Like I said, my first attempt was at 9. I tried again at 11. Tried again at 13. 15, sophomore year, I tried again. This time, I left the pills alone. I just started cutting. So like, because I feel like this would be like some of my last videos or whatever. I don't mind showing you guys. So I'm gonna show you guys. Just give me a second to get about this tie. Shit. Fuck that. 1 second. Trying to use the camera as a mirror, and like it's not working out. So give me 1 second. Hold on. Let's just get about this tie here. Just a trigger warning. I did say that I was transgender. I have not had my top surgery yet. Probably not gonna have it now at all. But I mean, whatever. Life happens, right? So yeah, hold on. So yeah, uh, like I said, I'm transgender. I haven't had my top surgery yet. From the looks of the video, it looks like you can't even fucking tell. And that's love for me. I love that shit. I love that shit that you can't even fucking tell. But look, I took this shit off to show you guys the scars. This is a scar. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But yeah, it's a scar right here. I took a box cutter and I stabbed myself first, and then I went all the way down. I was trying to hit this vein right here. There was a vein right there at the time because I was mad as fuck. I get veiny as hell and I'm mad for whatever reason. So I took a box cutter. I stabbed right here, and I went all the way down on this arm, and then I went back. You can't see this one. I went over here on the same arm. I did the same thing. I stabbed over here, went all the way down with the box cutter. Like I was just trying to hit a vein. I just wanted to bleed to death or something. Hopefully, something, anything to get away from my mother. Anything to get away from that hate, that constant hate. It's just like a constant hate. Like no matter what I did, it was just everything retained back to me being gay, or your gay ass did this. You was probably chasing behind some girls with your dyke ass. Like I hated every second of my life with her. So this happened at 15. 17. 17. I tried to kill myself again at 17. That's crazy. So every 2 years since 9 years old, I've been trying to kill myself. So 17. Uh, 17. I 17 was I tried to kill myself again. Um, Cutting. I don't even think the cuts are still there. It was a long time ago. I mean, 17. Like I said, I would have been 31 this year. We're not gonna make it to that. But so like 17, I can't even find the shit. But like I used a knife this time. Like these scars were made with a box cutter. I actually took like a steak knife and was like cutting, trying to get to this fucking vein right here. Um, Shoot. About that time, I was just fed up. Like, look, man, you're never going to accept me for me. And like, I'm tired of it. And I was like, I can't wait till I turn 18. Like, I think my last straw was her coming in and she was like dyeing my hair or some shit. She was just like, she was having this big talk with me about, you're 17 now. It's time for you to start becoming like a young lady and behaving like a young lady and carrying yourself as a young lady. And you all you wear is fucking tennis shoes. You need to start wearing sandals. You need to start presenting yourself as a woman. And woo woo, you can't live your life like this. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how are you gonna sit here and tell me how to live my fucking life? I'm 17 years old at this time. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's just sitting there telling me all this shit while she's dyeing my hair. And I just couldn't take it no more. So I sat there and I cried. I cried. I cried. I cried like boo hoo tears, just crying. Like, oh my God, I was just crying. Like, I was just devastated, really. Like, dude, like, I'm so tired of you. I'm so sick of you. I want you. Oh my God. Like, I just cried. And of course, She don't understand. What are you crying about? What's wrong? Why are you crying? Like, what the man? Whatever. So after that, I just ran away. I ran away. I grabbed, I left mostly all my shit there, and I took what I was wearing and whatever I had on me, and I ran away. I ran away. I ended up living with my grandmother and my aunties for a while, and it was. I can't say that they don't really, they weren't like my mother. I'd say that. Okay, I was given the love, the acceptance. It was kind of iffy. It was kind of iffy, but I was given the love. That was the most important. I was given the love. I didn't have somebody constantly yelling at me and telling me I should hate myself for being who the fuck I am, basically. And that was enough for me. That was enough for me at the time, you know what I'm saying? So from 17 on to, I don't know, 21, 22, 23. Where the fuck? Oh, 2015, 5 years ago, 25, 24. Yeah, so about from like 17 to like 24, 25. So I was with my aunties and my grandmother. And some things happened and put me in a bad situation with my grandmother. When my my grandfather died, I didn't realize how much financial weight he was carrying until he died. Because when he died, man, me and my grandmother, life got hard. Life got really hard. Like we went from, well, I would say I went because when times got hard, she left me. I I had to forgive my grandmother for that, but it's real. When times got hard, she left me. She went to go live with my auntie. I was there by myself with no food, no lights, no water, no heat. I was shitting in the fucking. Cause mind you, we had no water, so I could still piss in the toilet, but I was shitting. I had to put a bag in the garbage first, and then sit on the garbage, and that's how I was taking the shit every day. Um, like I said, there was no water, so like I was using like gallons of water to like wash up or whatever. Um, when the lights got turned off, though, I feel like that was my last straw. So actually, what I did was I went outside, and you know that big ass generator with the little bulb on it. I was trying to take that shit off, and the crazy part about it was, I still felt the energy flowing through there. So they had like this little tag on the side. As soon as I clipped that tag off, the lights came on. So I feel like it was a blessing because had I got inside that bowl, nigga, I would have took the whole Calumet City out. Yeah, I would have died for sure. Man. Um, so yeah, I had went out there and I turned the lights on. I ain't give a fuck what they was talking about. Like, look, I'm already in here with no food, no water, no heat. You got me fucked up on the lights, bro. At least I can have some lights in this motherfucker. So I had some lights in the motherfucker. Um, so yeah, I stayed in that situation for as long as I could, but that situation, it was so hazardous to my health that I started seizing. I started seizing really bad. I'm talking seizing like crazy. He taking my medicine and all because I was in such a fucked up situation that I was seizing like crazy. I wasn't getting any sleep because it was so fucking cold at night, nigga. I'm in a trailer, Joe. Imagine what a trailer like. We in the middle of winter, no heat, no gas, no water. Like, dude, I was in that bitch freezing. Half the time I was hungry. Like, yeah, so I was seizing like crazy. So I still was on like a kind of text my mother here every now and then. So I told her the situation. It's like, fuck it, I need somewhere to go. And I was living in Chicago, and she said that she was in Texas, and she's just like, yeah, I'll come get you. Now, like I said, already, I ran away from her at 17. I ran away for a reason because of the lack of love and acceptance, the constant disrespect and the bashing and all of that. So I already had it made up in my mind that this shit wasn't gonna work out. I knew it wasn't gonna work out because I don't fuck with her, she don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't gonna fucking work out. So like, um, yeah, I had already made it up in my mind that I was gonna go and I was gonna just take it as an opportunity to get on my shit. I didn't need her to tell me that because I already knew that. Like, look, I don't fuck with you. I'm not trying to be in your vicinity for too long. You feel me? Now, as I mentioned, I am transgender. Um, I had just started T that year. That's happened. All of this happened in 2015. I had just started T. I was not even passing. Like, no, not even passing. Like, looked like a whole baby stud for real. Like, I didn't have none of this. None of this was here. In fact, my face was still. I I don't even know when my facial structure changed, honestly. But my face was still that of a woman's. Like, it was still round and it still had soft skin, all that shit. Yeah, none of this shit now. But yeah, so I wasn't passing. So of course, when I came down there and I told her like, okay, well, I started transitioning. Ooh, ooh, she was just like, she just had disregard to it. Like, how do you expect somebody to call you one thing when you look like this or you ooh ooh? It's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I really didn't give a fuck. Like, look, I'm transgender. I'm transgender. I'm transitioning. I'm happy. So fuck you. Like, really, that's really how I really felt. That's legit how I felt. But so anyway, I got to Texas, and like I said, my whole mission was to just come through there. I did not want to stay there. So instantly, within not even 2 weeks of fucking being there, I got a job, and then couple days later, I had another job. So I had two jobs. I was working 7 days a fucking week because I did not want to be in that house with her and her boyfriend, who happened to be the same fucking age as me. We was fucking days apart. His birthday was like April 12th or some shit. He was. It's sick. It's sick when I think about it. Like, you were literally dating somebody the same fucking age as me. We were only days apart. Like, you pedophile ass. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever. So look, we ain't gonna get into that. I didn't want to be bothered with her or him. Like, at first, he started out cool. Like, we used to go to the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? He started out cool, but I was like, yeah, there's something off about this guy. Like, man, I didn't fucking like him. We actually ended up getting into it because I refused to take a shot with him. I didn't want to take a shot with him. So he went downstairs and he started slamming the fucking kitchen cabinets and he was going crazy and shit. And he was, I don't know what the fuck wrong with this guy. Something wrong with this guy. Whatever. I didn't give a fuck. Like I said, my mind was on money. Like, dude, I all I gave a fuck about was getting money. I had opened a bank account. I was saving. Um, I was doing everything that I need to do for my future because at the time I was engaged. You know what I'm saying? I had my wife. Well, she's my wife now, but I had my fiance at the time, back here in Chicago waiting for me. So I was in Texas building our foundation for us. Like, I was gonna send for her and everything. Like, man, babe, woo woo. Cause like I had actually found a condo. I found a condo. Oh my god, it was perfect. It was $600 a month. They had the pool. They had a gym. Motherfucking, they was close to public transportation. It was close to the shopping center. It was perfect. It was perfect. Man, not even say a month later, I ended up getting into it with my mother because I refused to use her washer and dryer. I don't give a fuck what she says. That's why we got into it. We got into it. I can explain the entire day to you right now. We got into it because I went downstairs with I got the detergent from the laundry room. She had a washer and dryer there, but a couple of days prior, all I did was ask a question. I asked her, is someone using the washer and dryer right now? That's all I asked. She got smart talking about, you can just take your motherfucking ass to the laundromat. Like, All I did was ask a fucking question. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So days later, we went to Walmart. There was no detergent in the house. I bought the fucking detergent. I call myself making a contribution. Whatever. So I go downstairs. I get the detergent that I bought. She stops. Where the fuck you think you going with my detergent? Like, what? Like, I can show you the receipt for this shit, fam. I just bought this shit. Fuck you talking about? But, whatever. I just blew her shit. I blew her off. I go upstairs. I pour the detergent in a water bottle. Just enough, for what I needed or whatever. And then I go back downstairs and I put the detergent back. She still has something to fucking say. What are you doing with the detergent? First you go upstairs, then you come downstairs. Like, why the fuck are you, like, picking with me, antagonizing me, pretty much? So I'm like, whatever. I blow that shit off. I take my clothes, I go to the laundromat. She had a fucking problem with that. Didn't you just tell me to go to the fucking laundromat a couple of days ago? Like, what the fuck? You got a fucking problem because I'm going to the fucking laundromat? I'm doing what the fuck you told me to do? It's a fucking problem? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So while I'm at the laundromat, I was working out. I was working out while my clothes were washing. But by the gym, if you look over, you can see the jacuzzi in the pool area and shit. So I'm looking like, man, I'm still working out and I'm looking at the jacuzzi like, man, ain't nobody out there. I'm like, fuck, I got a blunt. Man, I had it all sat out like, man, I'm finna sit in the jacuzzi and smoke a blunt. Like, man, it just sounded like, man, it seemed like the perfect thing to do. So I go back to the crib. I had my headphones in my ear, don't hear shit. I guess she was talking to me or whatever. I'm not trying to hear that shit any fucking way. I get up to my room. I fucking turn around. We had like a walk-in closet or whatever. So I'm in the closet trying to pick out, what the fuck, man, what the fuck I'm gonna, wear to the hot tub or whatever. And shit, I turn around and she's right behind me. And she's just like, mind you, I was paying her rent. She was just like, you don't have to worry about paying rent because you're too negative and you're too this and you're too that and you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that. Basically telling me all these things that I am that I'm not. I was kind of tipsy too, so that shit pissed me off. So I exploded on her like, bitch, you don't even fucking know me. Like, bitch, you don't even fucking know me. Like, you don't know shit about me. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck you in your, like, bro, I just snapped. I snapped because I snapped. I can't even stop. So then she ran downstairs and she called the police and told them that I was having a psychotic event. So she called the police on me. The police actually was cool as hell. Like, we was cool as hell. Like, the police, we talked. I told them everything. I ain't hold back on shit. I told them everything. And the police was so cool. They paid for my first night at the hotel. We hugged it out and everything. Like, when we got out the car, they gave me a hug. They gave me love, Joe. Like, I'm trying to tell you, why is it that everybody else got love for me but the person that birthed me? That's the craziest thing I don't get. But yeah, so we hugged it out and everything. They paid for my hotel stay for the night and everything. Like, they even was calling and checking on me. Like, before I even left Texas, they was calling and check on me to make sure I was good. The police officers, the same police officers that she called on me and told me, oh, person's having a psychotic event. No, not at all. Because once I explained everything to them, they was like, wow, are you serious? Like, wow, really? So yeah, so I ended up, all the money that I saved up, I had like $700 saved up. I ended up using that a week in the hotel. Still working both my jobs. And shit, because I went through my savings so fast, because shit, living in a fucking hotel is expensive. I wasn't in the motel, I was in the hotel. That shit is expensive. And shit, like I said, I went through my whole savings in like a week. So I reached out to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin and my auntie. If it weren't for them sending me, the little bread, I don't know where I would have been. Because my mother obviously didn't care. She didn't care. I was in Texas. I didn't know anybody in Texas. I didn't have any family. I didn't have any friends. I had nothing. I didn't know I could have easily been on the side of the fucking road right now with nowhere to go. And that bitch didn't care. She didn't give a fuck. I'm sorry, because Lord, we working on the bitch word. I know. But my own mother, she didn't give a fuck.